Shri Padmatmane Namaham. Namaste devotees and Jai Sita Ram. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to our Sunday morning satsang this beautiful April 10th, 2021. As I've mentioned in some past services, please to note that this is a pre-recorded service as we join together and saying some prayers on this wonderful Sunday, and as we also celebrate our special Ram Navami event for today. Before we commence with our prayers, I ask that you join together with me as we sing this very beautiful bhajan, as we prepare our minds and our bodies for our service for today. Andheri mein hum insan, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। भक्त करे है हमारा दिखाने भगवान राह दिखाने, भक्त करे हमारा दिखाने भगवान राह दिखाने। करम करम पर किरण बिछाने भगवान किरण बिछाने। इन अकियन को प्रभु करा दे, इन अकियन को प्रभु करा दे। ज्योति से पहचान, ज्योति से पहचान। आज अंधेरे में अमय ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। हम तो है संतान तिहारे प्रभु संतान तिहारे, हम तो है संतान तिहारे प्रभु संतान तिहारे। तेरे दया के हम अधिकारी प्रभु है हम अधिकारी। दुनिया होए सुखी हमारी, दुनिया सुखी हमारे। हे सारे वरदान, हे सारे वरदान। आज अंधेरे में हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। At this time, devotees, I ask that you join together with me as you go ahead and clasp your hands and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax your spine, your shoulders, relax your neck, your forehead, relax your entire body. With your eyes closed and your body relaxed, focus on a form of Bhagwan that's most pleasing to you, one that helps you focus, and join together with me as we chant our opening prayers. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnata Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashashyate Ishasyam Nidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjeta Magrudha Kasya Svadhanam Om Sahana Vavadhu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma vidvishavahe Hari Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. We join together, devotees, as we chant the most powerful Gayatri Mantra. Om Agakshe Devi Akshare Brahmadini Gayatri Jagat Madhara Vishwayoni Namostute Om Bhore Bhuvaswa Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Bhore Bhuvaswa Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Bhore Bhuvaswa Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Hari Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Prem Swar Gayatri Mata Ki Jai. As we continue on, devotees, we offer prayers and obediences to that remover and destroyer of all obstacles in our life. We join together as we offer prayers to Lord Ganesha. Om Shri Ganapati Namaham. Om Gajananam Bhuta Ganadhi Sevitam Kapita Jambu Palachara Bhakshanam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakarakam Namami Viganeshwara Pada Pankajam Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kurmeneva Sarvakarishu Sarvada Om Raksha Raksha Ganadaksha Rakshatre Lokya Rakshakara Bhaktanam Bhayam Karta Trata Bhava Bhavaranavar Om Shriman Mahaganadi Patenam Honam Prem Swarganesh Bhagwan Ki Jai. As we continue on with our prayers, devotees, we offer obediences to that mother of knowledge and that mother of learning in this universe. We offer praise to Saraswati Mata. Om Maha Saraswati Namaham. Om Saraswati Mahabhagi Vidye Kamala Lochine Vidyarupe Vishalakshi Vidyam Nehi Namostute. Om Saraswati Namastobhyam Varade Kama Rupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Om Prem Saraswati Mata Ki Jai. As we continue on, devotees, we offer prayers to that universal mother and that destroyer of all evils in our life. We join together as we offer prayers to Adi Shakti, Durga Mata. Om Mahadurgaya Namaha. Om Shayanti Mangala Kali Bhantra Kali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadhana Mostute Jai Tum Devi Chamunde Jai Putharate Niharadini Jai Sarvagate Devi Karatrina Mostute Adivi Sarvabhuteshu Vishnu Mayati Shamdita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Adivi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhi Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Devi Sarvabhuteshu Lakshmi Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shraddha Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Devi Sarvabhuteshu Pushti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Devi Sarvabhuteshu Daya Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. As we pray to Mother Durga, we say, O Durga Mata, Thou art the universal mother, and we, your children, worship you in many forms. O Ma, we see you as Buddhi, wisdom, Lakshmi, prosperity, Shakti, energy, Shraddha, faith, Shanti, peace, Tushti, contentment, and Daya, compassion. And as we pray to you, Ma, Namastasye, 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 Namo Namaha. As we pray to thee, we bow to thee again and again. Devotees, we offer praise to Mother Durga in the form of the Universal Mother, Matri Ya Devi Sarvam Bhuteshu Matri Rupena Samstita Namastasye, 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 Namo Namah. Dehi Saubhagyam Arogyam Dehi Me Paramam Sukham Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvasho Jahi. Om Prem Swaro Adi Shakti Durga Mata Ki Jai. As we continue on with our prayers of devotees, we offer obeisances to the most influential beings in our life and in this universe. We join together as we offer prayers to the Navgraha Devata, also referred to as the 9 planets. Om Navgraha Devataya Namaham. Brahma Muraris Tripurandhakari Bhanu Shashi Bhume Soto Burhascha Guruscha Shukraha Shanirahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shanti Para Bhavandu Sarve Graha Shanti Para Bhavandu. With today being Sunday, devotees, or at least with this being released on Sunday, we offer obeisances to that form, that being that exists in the form of the sun, and that sustainer of all life on this planet. We offer prayers to that being known as Surya Narayana Bhagavan. Om Suryaya Namaha, 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 Suryaya Namaha. Adideva Namastubhyam Prasiddha Mama Bhashkaram Devakara Namastubhyam Prabhakara Namostute. Suryaya Namaha, Suryaya Namaha, Suryaya Namaha, Suryaya Namaha. Om Prem Guru Navgraha Devata Ki Jai. Prem Guru Surya Narayana Bhagavan Ki Jai. Continuing on with our prayers of devotees, we offer obeisances to that sustainer of all things dharmic, all things righteous in this universe. We offer prayers to Lord Vishnu. Om Shri Vishnuve Namaha. Om Shantabharam Jagashayanam Padmanabham Surisham Vishwadharam Gagane Sadrasham Meghavarnam Shubhagam. Om Lakshmi Kantam Kamalinayanam Yogim Hiradhyana Gamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavamaya Haram Sarvaloke Kanatam. Om Sashankha Chakram Sakirita Kunhalam Sapita Vastram Sarasirurekshanam Sahara Vakshastala Shobhikostum Bhashriyam. Namami Vishnu Shirasa Chaturabhujam. Namami Vishnu Shirasa Chaturabhujam. Om Prem Guru Vishnu Bhagavan Ki Jai. And finally, devotees, we offer prayers to that universal Father and that universal Guru. We offer prayers to that destroyer of all evils in our life and in this universe. We join together as we offer prayers to Lord Shiva. Om Namaha Shivaya. Om Namaha Shivaya. Om Namaha Shivaya. Om Karpurang Ghaurang Karunavataram Samsara Saram Bhujagendraharam Saravasantam Hirdayaradavinne Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Devotees, we offer this next prayer for all those suffering from various illnesses, diseases, injuries, and ailments. We ask that they may have a fast, speedy, and full recovery. We also offer a prayer for those transitioning from this world to the next. May their passage be as smooth and tranquil. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityurmukshyo Mamrutat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityurmukshyo Mamrutat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityurmukshyo Mamrutat. Om Gangarapataye Namaha. Om Kartikeya Namaha. Om Nandishwaraya Namaha. Om Vasukiye Namaha. Om Shri Samba Sadashivaya Namaha. Om Prem Savaro Shiva Shankara Bhagwan Ki Jai. Devotees, for those who have a guru, we offer a prayer to our guru. If not, we take Lord Shiva or any deity in our mind as our universal guru. So we join together in praying. Om Guru da Brahma, Guru da Vishnu, Guru da Deva Maheshwara, Guru da Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaham. Om Dhyana Moolam Guru Murati Puja Moolam Guru Param Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Prem se Bolo Guru Dev Ki Jai. As I had mentioned at the very beginning of today, devotees, or the very beginning of this recorded service, today marks a period in our calendars known as Ram Navami. Now there's a very special reason that we celebrate today. And there's a reason that we worship Lord Rama more specifically on today versus other days. Ram Navami essentially means the birth of Lord Rama. And it was the story of the creation of Lord Rama and what led up to the creation of Lord Rama. Unlike the story of Bhagwan Shri Krishna, there are differences in events that we have to undertake, before we can truly realize why Lord Rama was born and how he was born. As we dive into the Sri Ram Charitamanas, we hear from Sri Tulsidas about the story and the birth of Lord Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. 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 Devotees, I won't be elaborating on the story too long, mainly because we'll be going over all the brief descriptions of the birth of Lord Rama. But the story takes place in Ayodhya. Bhagwan Shri Ram was born on the Navami Tithi in the Shukla Paksha in the Hindu month of Chaitra. It really focuses heavily on Raja Dashrath and essentially what was going on. He was a very brave warrior. He was a very great king. He was one of the most powerful and popular rulers of his time. During his reign, devotees, he was married. He had 3 wives. Mother Kaushalya, Mother Sumitra, and Mother Kaikeyi. But at the period where he was ruling, at the height of his power, at the height of his crown, he didn't have a child. Or when I say a child, he didn't have a son. He had no sons to inherit the kingdom. He had no sons to pass his legacy onto. He did have a daughter at that time, but he did not have any sons. So as much as he wanted to, he pained to have a son, but he could not have one. His wives just couldn't bear sons. So ultimately, pained by the absence of an heir, Raja Dasrath invited his family guru, Sage Vashist, to express his sorrow and share his concerns. We've heard of Sage Vashist plenty of times. We hear him a lot through the Sri Bhagavad Puran. He's mentioned in a few places. He's also mentioned here. He said, "Oh, great sage, I wish to have children. I wish to have sons. But for some reason I'm unable to. Please guide me. Please tell me what needs to be done for me to be able to have a son of my own." After hearing the sorrows and concerns of the great king, Vashisht told the king that there is something he needs to do. He needs to perform a yajna, his own sacrifice. Which makes sense. Whenever we need to do something, we have to sacrifice our time. We have to sacrifice our mental ability. We have to sacrifice and make sacrifices to Bhagwan. So we're not talking about a physical sacrifice here, but a specific puja that needs to be performed to Bhagwan. He said, you have to perform the Putra Kameshti puja, yajna, under the guidance of a very specific sage. You have to make offerings, perform sacrifices, and perform this specific puja. And there's only one person who's versed in performing this yajna. There's only one person who we know can do this. That person is a sage by the name of Shringa Muni. It just so happens that this worked well for Raja Dasrath because he knew who Shringa Muni was. Turns out Shringa Muni was no other than his son-in-law. It was the husband of the only daughter he's had. So he reached out to Shringa Muni to let him know what was going on, to ask if he could perform this Putra Kamishti puja for him. Of course, Shringa Muni agreed. If my father-in-law came and said, "Hey, I need you to perform a puja for me," of course I would agree. It's my father-in-law. I would do anything for him. The king, who hoped that his devotion and praise would get answered, organized the yajna and invited the sage to supervise the ritual. They were performing their puja, full devotion, no distractions. It was a very gorgeous puja. The kingdom was in attendance, but Raja Dasrath, as well as the three queens, were focused primarily on the puja. They didn't care about anything going on around them. They didn't care about any bees flying around their head, any animals or babies making noises, people walking in and out. They didn't care about any of that. They focused solely on their puja. They never let their minds wander. They never got distracted. At the end of the puja, after they completed their hawan, a lota, instead of a golden vessel, but we'll call it a lota, emerged from the hawan kund. Agni Devata, and seeing the puja, blessed the family with the lota with the divine sweet preparation. Again, not very clear as to what the sweet preparation is. We could call it kheer, we could call it prasad, we could call it lapsi if you want. Some books say kheer, like a sweet rice, but it's a sweet preparation, something that could be split and divided. With the understanding this lota with the sweet would be separated amongst the wives, it would bless them and allow them to have children. So, Raja Dasrath took the bowl and he distributed the contents to his wives. Keep in mind, it's a full portion. So what he did was he split it in half. He gave half of it to Mother Kaushulya. He then split it in half again. And he gave what was now be a quarter of the entire thing to Mother Sumitra. With the last quarter, he split it in half again. So a half of a half of a half, I guess we should say, is an eighth. I may have said that wrong. But an eighth of the entirety of the portion was given to Mother Kaikeyi. And then he had 1/8 left. He gave that additionally to Sumitra. Soon after receiving these blessings, and soon after the wives hearing and eating their kheer, the wives became pregnant. The first wife, Kaushulya, consumed her share and gave birth to the first son, known as Lord Rama. Mother Kaikeyi gave birth to the other son, Bharat, and because of the amount that Mother Sumitra was given, she gave birth to twins, Lakshman and Shatrughan. She gave birth to 2 boys. So at this point, King Raja Dasrath was extremely happy because now he had an heir to his land. But not only did he have an heir to his land, there was a previous boon that was granted to him in a previous life, that he would be the father of a great soul, of an incarnation of Bhagwan, and thus Lord Rama was born to Raja Dasrath. Additionally, devotees, there are some other stories that are very important to this, which is what happened to that vessel with that sweet preparation in it. Keep in mind, when you eat food out of a vessel, doesn't matter if it's a cup or if it's a plate, there's still remnants left. Something happened with that vessel. Vayaputra decided to take that wind, the god of the wind took that vessel and transported it somewhere else. And when we approach our Hanuman Jayanti Puja a week from today, we'll discuss what happened with that lota, what happened with that vessel, and what happened after the birth of Lord Rama. Prem se bolo Shri Ramchandra Bhagwan ki jai. Devotees, once again, I do apologize for not having an in-person service and not being able to sit down together with all of you to perform our prayers and our puja to Lord Rama. But I hope that we took some time out of our days to sit down and pray on our own with our families to Lord Rama, to all of our devotees, and I hope that you got to enjoy the story as to the birth and to the creation of Lord Rama, because it is a very significant and pivotal moment in Sanatana Dharma, because from his birth all the way to the end of his life, there's a story that talks about everything that he did and great learning points for us to take. So I hope that you all enjoy your Ram Navami Puja, and again, thank you for tuning in for our virtual service. Before we end for today, devotees, I ask that you do this one last time for me. Go ahead and clasp your hands and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax your spine, your shoulders, relax your neck, relax your forehead. Make sure your body feels completely relaxed. At this point in time, devotees, focus on a form of Lord Ram that's most pleasing to you, one that helps you concentrate, one that helps you focus, and join together with me as we chant our closing prayers. Om Sarvesham Swastim Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shanti Bhavatu, Sarvesham Pururam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Om Sarve Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschita Tukabhang Bhavet, Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam, Bhaktihinam Janardanam, Yatya Pujatam Maya Neva Paripuranam Dharastu Me, Papuham Papu Karamaham, Papu Atma Papu Sambhava Karahimam Pundari Kaksham Sarva Papu Haro Hari Om Tvameva Mathascha Pitha Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityuma Mritam Yamaya Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Om Guru Da Brahma Guru Da Vishnu Guru Da Deo Maheshwara Guru Da Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurue Namaha Om Dhyav Shanti Antarikshangvam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Aushadhe Shantir Vanaspati Shantir Vishwadeva Shantir Brahma Shantir Sarvengvam Shantir Shantireva Shanti Sama Shanti Redi Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Om Prem se bolo Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai, Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Durga Mata ki Jai, Prem se bolo Saraswati Mata ki Jai, Prem se bolo Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai, Prem se bolo Shiva Shankar Bhagwan ki Jai, Prem se bolo Shiva Shakti Mandir ki Jai, Prem se bolo Sanatana Dharma ki Jai. Devotees, with this, we have come to the end of our Sunday morning satsang and our Ram Navami satsang for today. Once again, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to our YouTube channel. And again, I do apologize for not being able to have service in person with the members of the Shiva Shakti Mandir. But we will continue on with our regular services after this. Again, today, pre-recorded service is April 10th. Just a few other denotions and a few other things that are going on in the month of April. For those of you who are not aware, Navratri actually ended early this morning on the 10th, and it moved into Ram Navami. So I hope that you all had a wonderful Navaratri period. I hope you all got to celebrate with your family and friends, and I hope you all get to tune in when we did our special Navaratri service last week. The only other thing that is coming up in the month of April is Saturday, April 16th. We will be performing our Hanuman Jayanti Puja. And again, remember the end of that story. Something else happens that leads into Hanuman Jayanti and why Hanuman Jayanti is so close to Ram Navami. So that'll be next Saturday, April 16th. That puja will be done at noon, at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. We will also be live on YouTube to stream that as well. I do apologize, devotees. I do not have my father's list with the birthdays on it. So for those of you who celebrated birthdays this week, we wish you a very, very happy birthday. For those of you who celebrated anniversaries, very happy anniversary to all of you as well. For all the students, I know that your end of course tests and your final exams are coming up. The members of Shiva Shakti Mandir wish you all the best, all the utmost luck for these exams. But remember, luck is only a partial thing. It's up to us and our dedication towards our schoolwork and our studies to be successful. So I know you all will flourish and do very well. Best of luck to every single one of you. And to all of you watching, thank you again for your continued support as we do our virtual streams and in-person streams with the Shiv Shakti Mandir. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you on Saturday at the latest for our Hanuman Jayanti Puja. And if not, then next Sunday for our regular Sunday morning satsang. Jai Sita Ram.